Good evening, everyone. What I have here in front of me is my monthly subscription from my online comic shop that I use. This would be primarily for the month of March and possibly the beginning of April. But since I'm just getting it and it's about a month old, most of these things have come out, a long time ago. So as I unbox this, if you could, please like and subscribe. And please hit that like button for me. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and open it with my trusty safety knife. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Take it out. Let me get rid of that. Let's see, put it on the ground. Now let's see, what do I have here? Okay. And the nice thing about this is when I buy it online is I think I saved 35% off the cover price, so it's a good place to get a lot of books, especially ones that LCS may or may not carry, or a special variant that they may or may not have. So let's see. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. Alright, so the first one is Popkill. Alrighty. I'm really enjoying this series. It's pretty interesting about two brothers that own competing soda pop companies, and the corporate tampering that they do with each other. It's quite interesting, all the corporate espionage that goes on. And yeah, they go after people hard. So that's the second issue there. I think it's by Dave Johnson, Jimmy Palmiotti, Santa Cruz. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, so number 2 is going to be Poison Ivy, number 32. And let me see. And this is the Swaby variant cover right there. This is probably my favorite series that I'm reading, written by G. Willow Wilson. And I had the pleasure of meeting her a few years ago when this first came out, and she was a real pleasure to talk to. And she's just like me. She's a big-time Seattle Sounders fan. So go Sounders. Lucky Devils number 3. This is a very interesting read if you haven't read this. It's pretty similar to 8 Billion Genies, as it's written by Charles Soule and drawn by Ryan Brown. And that's Ryan Brown with the N-E at the end. There's another Ryan Brown that doesn't have an E. They're both artists, and I think they're both writers too. But this is a very good read. Basically, there's these devils vying for influence against humans as they work their way up and down the food chain in hell. So, kind of interesting. Okay, so this is one of my favorite writers, Doug Wagner. I was a fashion school serial killer, and those of you of a certain age, you'll remember the Rolling Stone issue that Janet Jackson did. You'll remember that. This is a homage to it. And I believe sometime in the 90s, Gen 13 did one too. So this is kind of cool. Doug Wagner, Daniel Hilliard. They do some amazing work together. What I read before this was Plush by both of them, which was really awesome. But Doug is a twisted guy. if you ever read some of his other works like Vinyl and Plastic and Click Click Boom, pretty cool stuff, but it's really interesting. Okay, Gatchaman number 8. I'm really digging this series written by Cullen Bunn. This is an awesome series. If you're not reading it, you probably should. Well, I'm of a certain age. I remember the TV show coming on, and I've just loved it. Battle of the Planets, G-Force, Gatchaman, whatever you want to call it. Very, very, very good. Okay, this is another one that I've been looking forward to. We're taking everyone down with us. Now I know this is by Matthew Rosenberg. He's the writer on this. If I'm not mistaken, this has something to do with a family and something to do with androids and robots. So I'm looking forward to this. Who doesn't love a story about robots? Bronze Faces number 2. Another one I've been looking forward to. I've had the pleasure of meeting Shobo and Shof Coker. I loved it when they did the new Masters, and I've been waiting for a series to come out for them for a couple of years, and I'm glad that it's here. It's a very good read. Now it looks like, not to be spoilery, but this is issue 2 should be where the big stories start to take off. If you read issue 1, it looked like it was setting it up for all the shenanigans that they're going to get into. And it should be starting with issue number 2. All right, the next one, Flash Gordon number 7. Again, this is something that I love reading. It brings back a lot of memories for me. Has nothing to do with the Flash Gordon movie that came out with Sam Jones. Has nothing to do with that, but this is still cool nonetheless. It reminds me more of the old serials that came out in the 40s and the 50s. Adventure Man, Family Tree number 1. This is another one that I've been looking forward to. You know, written by Matt Fraction and drawn by the Dodsons. Looking forward to this. I've been reading Adventure Man almost since the beginning. I came into it a little later, but I did have the opportunity to meet Terry and Rachel Dodson at a Comic-Con, and they were very gracious, and they signed my hardcover copy of their omnibus for this. Truly, truly remarkable people. Here's something that I've been waiting for a long time, the Deviant number 9. This should be wrapping up the whole Deviant story that began last year. It's supposed to be a Christmas story. So hopefully this all comes to a nice conclusion. It's by James Tynion and Joshua Hickson. It's literally about a Santa Claus killer. So this is something that would be great to read during the holidays, anytime from Halloween to Christmas. All right, Heat Seeker Combustion, number 4. So I think this wraps up the series. Let's see. I know that Ivan Tao does the cover. Charles Ardai writes it, and Ace Continuado is the artist on here. This is one of these little guilty pleasures, you know, reading Heat Seeker and Gun Honey. You know, they're very neat little action things. It's always an action and a heist going on at the same time. The next one is Lady Death, Eternal Sabbath. This is the next series that is starting. So I've been reading Lady Death on and off ever since the old Evil Ernie days, back when they were with Chaos Comics. And then I stopped reading them once they went to Avatar. But lately I pick them up every now and then just to see what's going on in their universe. Now here's a neat one, Bitterroot number 1. This is actually the second series, The Next Movement. So this is something I'm looking forward to reading, as I've read the original Bitterroot series, but this takes place with the same family, just a little further on down the line, just a little closer to our timeline. So this is something I'm looking forward to. And as a bonus, I'm going to meet Sanford Green this weekend. He's going to be doing a signing in Cary, North Carolina, and I'm going to be there. So I can't wait to get that signed. The next thing is Doll Parts number 4. This should wrap up the Doll Parts story. This is also like a prequel to the series Lovesick. So I can't wait to see how this wraps up. But it looked like from the end of issue 3, she might be aging up a little bit. Might have a slight age up. So we'll see what happens. Looking forward to reading the end of that. And it looks like the last one is Money Shot number 0. This is supposed to launch the new series, written by Tim Seeley and Patton Oswalt. So this should be an interesting read. Can't wait to see what this one's all about. I have started reading Money Shot a couple of years ago, and it's been quite a ride. It's really funny. Very neat things that go on in there. And it looks like that's the end of my box. So if you could, if you wanted to leave a comment, please do. Tell me what you think of some of the books that I have. Tell me what you're reading. Also, give me recommendations on things that I should be reading. I read lots of stuff every month. Lots of genres, lots of different types of stories. It's just not capes. There's lots of other things that I like. Money Shots doesn't have capes. Neither does Doll Parts. Bitterroot, not really. There's a cape there. This one really doesn't. The Deviant doesn't. Adventure Man doesn't. Flash Gordon really doesn't. So most of the stuff that I have in this pile has nothing to do with superheroes with capes. So, I do read a lot of those too. As you saw in my previous video, that's when I picked up a lot of my Batman, Green Lantern, things like that. So, but if you could, just leave me a note. Thank you, everybody. Hope you all have a great evening.